Battle Through the Heavens God, the Flame Emperor Chapter 106, Mysterious Demon Lightning. Why is this pill lightning different from the one he had drawn from refining medicinal pills before? Staring closely at the thunder that swims like a silver snake in the dark clouds, feeling the huge power contained in it, Yura's eyes also flashed with surprise and doubt. Because this time lightning cloud is more powerful than the one in the Alchemist Association assessment, I don't know if Xiaoyan can continue. Alchemist is indeed the most powerful profession in this world. Countless alchemists, the biggest hope in their lives is to refine a thunder cloud that can attract more and more powerful, which means that the rank of the medicinal pill is also higher. In their opinion, it is a great honor, and Xiaoyan is also proud of this. He clearly remembered that even when he was refining medicinal pills in the past, he had never triggered such a terrifying scene. Today's scene is due to the skyrocketing strength. After all, refining medicine is also an extremely time-consuming matter, not only cost-effective. The power of the soul is also not a small load on one's own vindictiveness. As the fluctuations from the medicine tripod became stronger and stronger, after arriving, a loud noise rang out in the sky of the Yu family courtyard, and immediately everyone felt that this piece of heaven and earth seemed to suddenly disappear. It was dark, and in the sky, the clouds quickly condensed from all directions. The cloud layer condensed this time is not an ordinary black color. As more and more thunderclouds condense, it is an extremely deep dark color. The sky is full of thunder clouds and black fog, and there is no thunderclap, but when people look at the dark clouds that are so deep that they can be sucked in, it seems that even the soul is slightly at this moment trembling. In this world, there are only some extremely precious 8th grade elixirs that can attract the 9-color pill thunder. Above that are the 9th grade elixirs or even stronger elixirs, and above the 9th grade is the legend. Among the emperors, this Xiaoyan is actually refining imperial medicinal pills. At this time, even the extremely experienced alchemy masters of the Yu family's complexion became quite exciting. Being able to watch a master alchemist refining pills at such a close distance will greatly improve one's own medicine refining skills, which is always very attractive to alchemists. After all, many master alchemists when they refine pills, there will be strong guards when the medicine pill is made, and it is easier to watch it at such a close distance. I haven't seen black lightning for many years. Yu, who was standing on the roof, raised his head at this moment, looking at the strange black clouds in the sky, and muttered, "It's actually a mysterious demon thunder." The Golden Dragon King also said with a wry smile, unexpectedly attracting such a powerful thundercloud. "Master, what is mysterious demon thunder?" Xiaoyan was also puzzled, although he felt a familiar smell from this dark thundercloud. "I heard Tuoshi said that when refining medicinal pills, the 9th grade will attract extremely powerful thunderclouds, and the mysterious black thunder is one of them, but the thundercloud drawn by refining the imperial medicinal pills has 9 colors of thundercloud: mysterious demon thunder, earth demon thunder, and heaven demon thunder. Emperor medicinal pills are also divided into 1 to 9 colors of thunderclouds. Although the power of this thundercloud is undeniable, it is not too dangerous. Above the 9-color thundercloud is the mysterious thunder. This mysterious thunder has quite powerful, and every thunder calamity is very terrifying. Solid foundation pill is worthy of being a first-order pill of the Emperor's rank, and it can actually attract the mysterious lightning. As far as I know, this mysterious lightning is quite vicious, and ordinary 4-star Dode will have difficulty to deal with it. The Golden Dragon King also said slowly. Hearing this, Xiaoyan also stared solemnly at the black cloud that was constantly wriggling. From there, he felt an extremely strong destructive power. This kind of power was more powerful than the 9 colors that appeared in the refining of medicinal pills. Before pill lightning, and this black demon lightning, I don't know how many times stronger. In the distant sky, the black sound layer was constantly wriggling, and the entire sky and earth above the Yu family was silent, without the slightest sound of thunder, but it was this deadly silence that made people feel terrible. With the constant squirming of the black cloud layer, about 10 minutes later, a square void suddenly and slowly opened in the center of the cloud layer. Inside the void, there was still a black lacquer, like the deepest black hole. However, just when this circular hole appeared, the cold hairs all over Xiaoyan's body stood up slightly, and the monstrous aura finally swept out of his body without reservation. When Xiaoyan's aura was soaring, in that void, countless thunder powers condensed together, and then an abnormal sound finally came out, and immediately a black lightning as thick as a tree shot out from it, and then quietly, silently, he swept away towards Xiaoyan below. Looking at this small black lightning bolt, the surrounding Yu family members were horrified and their bodies retreated sharply, because they all know that although the refining of medicinal pills is successful, there is still one last step to meet, and how many high-level medicinal pills are destroyed in this last step? Xiaoyan stared at the black lightning that even he could feel some danger. With a flick of his finger, a figure glowing with a little golden light swept out of his receiving ring, and then appeared over the wooden house, and it was that golden demon puppet that can absorb pill lightning. He also wanted to see if the golden demon puppet could take over the profound demon lightning. After all, the potential of the golden demon puppet that was comparable to that of a 5-star Dode still made Xiaoyan quite satisfied. Boom! With a flash of black thunder, it appeared on the top of the golden demon puppet, and then directly hit the latter's body. But this time, the golden demon puppet, who had never missed a single shot in the past, when the black thunder melted into the body, it was instantly stiff. Immediately, the clothes on the hard surface of the body burst into a mass of powder. Bang bang bang. After the clothes on the skin of the golden demon puppet were destroyed, the following thunderbolts were also caused, and almost did not have the slightest blocking effect. As long as they were stained by the black thunderbolts, the extremely hard body would become soft in an instant. This kind of thing was the first time Xiaoyan had seen in so many years. Xiaoyan's expression became more and more solemn. With the ability of this golden demon, it was obvious that he could not absorb the destructive power in the black thunder. If this continued, it would also damage the golden demon that had been improved by his master, the Golden Dragon King. At this time, he must take the shot himself. Call. He let out a sigh of relief. Xiaoyan stepped on the sole of his feet, and his figure appeared directly above the wooden house. He raised his head, surrounded by flames, and in the dark pupils, black lightning flashed violently. Looking at the black thunder that was getting closer and closer, Xiaoyan clenched his palms slowly, and with the thick clenching of his palms, the energy between this piece of heaven and earth was almost stimulated by some kind, and gathered in his fists overwhelmingly. Above, Dode powerhouses are capable of controlling the energy of the heavens and the earth. At this level, even if there is no Doqi in their bodies, they can still perform attacks that destroy the world and destroy the world. This is the most terrifying thing about Dode powerhouses. Let me, Xiaoyan, come and test how capable you are of this mysterious thunder. Terrifying energy gathered on Xiaoyan's fist, and among those many shocked eyes, a fist slammed on the black. Chapter 107, Against the Mysterious Thunder. Boom boom boom. Above the sky, Xiaoyan's fist with terrifying fluctuations and an astonishing beam of light from thunderclouds all over the sky collided. The space of heaven and earth is like broken glass, and the crackling is an explosion. Cough, cough, cough. After the counterattack, Xiaoyan also hurriedly landed on the wooden house to stabilize his body. This mysterious thunder is indeed well deserved. Xiaoyan and mysterious black lightning just seemed to have a simple confrontation, but it was not the case. When Xiaoyan and mysterious demon lightning fought against each other, demon lightning itself seemed to have extremely strong penetrating power. Although Xiaoyan had a heavenly fire protection, however, there was still some thunder power transmitted to Xiaoyan's body, and the feeling of numbness immediately spread throughout Xiaoyan's body. Therefore, in the counterattack just now, Xiaoyan was indeed at a disadvantage. Not far away, Yu also clearly noticed a trace of Xiaoyan's state. Just as he was about to make a move, he had no choice but to stare at some old monsters hiding in the dark, so he had to stop. Then he frowned. Even with Yu's experience, this mysterious thunder was only known by its name, but it was unexpected what they saw today. This mysterious thunder truly deserves to be called an alchemist killer. And looking at the empty sky at that moment, the third elder's complexion also became very exciting. This kind of grand occasion is rare. Boom! Above the sky, a terrifying energy storm was raging frantically, and the space within a radius of 100 feet turned into pitch black at this moment. Down, all collapse. Looking at the pitch black space in the sky, the expressions of most people have changed. Even if they have lived for so many years, it is still rare for an alchemist of this level to meet pill lightning. If they are caught in the energy storm in the thundercloud, with their strength, I am afraid that they will not be able to support them for 2 breaths of time, and even their souls will be shattered in it. Then Xiao Yan actually dared to fight against the mysterious thunder. That is a mysterious thunder that is comparable to some extremely powerful 4-star Dode peak powerhouses. When the elders in the attic saw this scene, they couldn't help but murmured in surprise. Then Xiao Yan is at the peak strength of 3-star Dode. If you have to deal with a mysterious thunder, it is not a big problem. But if there are so many mysterious demon lightning, can Xiao Yan handle it alone? The third elder, who was dressed in commoner, glanced at the sky and said indifferently, "The power of this kind of mysterious thunder is extremely terrifying. Even the ordinary 4-star Dode powerhouse would not dare to take the blow just now. 3-star Dode peak." Hearing this, the elders in the baskets on the side were slightly shocked. Although they had expected it, when they heard the confirmation of the third elder, they couldn't help but feel a little shocked. They practiced so much. It took so many years to finally reach the level of the 4-star Dode today, but that Xiao Yan, at such an age, not only reached the level of the peak of the 3-star Dode, but also his refining skills is even more consummate, and surpassed them all, which really made people have to obey. Hey, this kid is really unexpected. I didn't expect that this time he would be able to draw out a thundercloud of the level of Black Demon Lightning. In the Alchemist Association, a white-haired old man also looked at the terrifying lightning in the sky. Liun laughed. Why does this person look like Xiao Yan? Impossible. How could Xiao Yan have obtained the imperial medicinal pill? A bald head in the group muttered to himself. Muir, what are you looking at? The man in gray asked. It's nothing, let's go. The bald head muttered something impossible. Black lightning flickered in Xiao Yan's black eyes. Xiao Yan's palm lightly stroked the equally dark heavy ruler behind him, and muttered in a low voice. Boom! The black lightning intersected in the dark clouds more and more intensely. After arriving, the atmosphere of the whole sky became extremely depressed. After about 10 seconds, the thunderclouds all over the sky cracked open. Immediately, a huge black thunder about half a foot long and wide, with a loud noise resounding through the heavens and the earth. The black giant thunder was like a huge black python, staring at Xiao Yan viciously, and then spit out a snake letter, as if it was going to tear Xiao Yan apart. The black python shot violently out of the dark cloud, and the target it shot was Xiao Yan above the wooden house. Seeing the black python transformed by black demon lightning crashing down, Xiao Yan's eyes flashed a dignified look, and when he grasped it in the palm of his hand, a huge ancient ruler of heavenly fires flashed out. Flame-splitting wave ruler. With a low voice, the shadow of the ruler appeared densely in an instant, and within 2 or 3 breaths, it turned into an airtight shadow with the power of the huge flame, wrapping Xiao Yan's body as much as possible. Bang! The black python came with a bang. When it passed through the surrounding space in the sky, although it was weakened a little by the power of the flame, it still carried a might of heaven and earth, biting on the foot of the shadow fiercely. Immediately, the sound of explosions and thunderous lightning resounded through the heavens and the earth. Anger thundered down, and countless tiny lightning bolts were shot out by the ruler, densely packed like tiny silver snakes, smashing the entire wooden house. Crack! The shadows of the rulers are layered on top of each other, as if they are endless. They take over all the terrifying giant thunders. After a while, a low shout sounded, and several huge rulers suddenly intersected, and immediately shot out, slamming into the sky. Above the thundercloud. The thundercloud that filled the sky was split open by the latter. With one move to split the angry thunder, Xiao Yan also took a deep breath, clenched his numb palm, then lifted the heavy ruler heavily, raised his head, and shouted, "Come here." It seemed like a tiny crack was caused by Xiao Yan's attack, and the dark cloud that was surging became more and more violent. After a while, the clattering sound resounded again, and a black thunder that was twice as strong as the previous one shot out from the black cloud again. "It's you who's waiting." Looking at the black sky thunder that traverses the sky with fiery eyes, Xiao Yan laughed loudly, and his hands formed lightning-like knots. "Huang Quan's palm? Break it for me." The terrifying power of flames appeared all over the huge energy handprint, and then emerged in front of Xiao Yan, and immediately shuddered, roared out, and finally met the giant with no flinch in the countless shocking gazes below. Thunder! Bang! The energy handprint collided with the giant thunder, and the huge black light and colorful flames exploded like fireworks in the sky. It was extremely tenacious and slammed towards Xiaoyan. As expected of the power of heaven and earth, but I want to see how many times you can resist. Looking at the silver thunder that actually forcibly shattered Huang Quan's palm, Xiaoyan's eyes flashed with surprise. He immediately smiled, and the fingerprints moved again. Because Xiaoyan also discovered that this originally terrifying mysterious lightning was slowly weakening under his own attack. Then, Xiaoyan's dark eyes also had a different thought. Everyone, it's cold. Chapter 108, Evolve, Golden Demon Puppet. As the handprint changed, another huge energy handprint appeared, collided with the remaining black mysterious thunderbolt, and finally both were annihilated in a thunderous explosion. On the attic of the Yu family compound, looking at Xiaoyan who had forcibly smashed 2 thunderbolts, countless people were stunned. In addition to this sluggishness, there was also a bit of excitement that could not be suppressed. How did lightning bolts, who was not afraid in the hands of alchemist, become so vulnerable in this kid's hands? Boom boom boom. Xiaoyan shattered 2 black mysterious thunders one after another, and the dark cloud seemed to become even more furious. At the moment, countless black lights flashed, and one after another, lightning broke through the black cloud like a black python, and then smashed one after another fiercely. To Xiaoyan above the wooden house, looking at the dense black mysterious thunder that fell from the sky, Xiaoyan's eyes flashed with enthusiasm. These years of experience have created his calm personality, but perhaps it is because he will be leaving soon. He seemed extraordinarily arrogant, and it had to be said that the current Xiaoyan just now had a trace of strength and self-confidence that truly belonged to his age. Milky white flames rose up all over Xiaoyan's body. He raised his head and laughed wildly. The laughter resounded like thunder, resounding throughout the Yu family courtyard, and immediately his sleeve robes fluttered fiercely. A majestic column of doqi as wide as a yard violently formed within his body. It poured out, and immediately faced the black mysterious lightning that filled the sky without fear. Bang bang bang. Huge thunder explosions erupted one after another in the sky, and each explosion would cause a little tremor in the space of this world. In the sky, the black mysterious thunder was overwhelming, and this apocalyptic appearance made people feel a sense of fear from the depths of their souls. Above the wooden house, after fighting against the black mysterious lightning for dozens of times, Xiaoyan's face gradually became pale, and even a trace of blood appeared on the corner of his mouth. Even so, the enthusiasm in his eyes was never weakened at all. No, this mysterious thunder is still too strong now, it has to be weakened. Xiaoyan muttered to himself. The numb power of thunder rapidly flowed through the meridians in the body, causing Xiaoyan's body to feel a sense of weakness, and in the process of resisting, he gradually fell into the disadvantage. Xiaoyan's resistance gradually weakened, but the pill lightning became more and more violent, and the momentum was as if he would never give up until the pill was broken into pieces. Boom! The black light shone on the heavens and the earth, and a black pill lightning that was half a feet huge shot out from the dark clouds again. Feeling the power of this black mysterious thunder, Yu and Yuru's expressions changed slightly, their bodies moved, and their majestic doqi was about to be rescued, but Xiaoyan's laughter came again from the wooden house. Senior, please keep your hands, these thunderbolts are still useful to me. Xiaoyan also hurriedly said to stop, and finally weakened this mysterious thunderbolt, but he couldn't let it go. The power of heaven and earth is really unpredictable. However, it should be about time. Golden Demon Puppet, now. As soon as Xiaoyan's words to Yu and Yuru fell, a slightly golden figure appeared in front of Xiaoyan out of thin air, and immediately the slightly golden figure clenched his fist and punched out like this without any fancy punching out. That terrifying mysterious thunder actually appeared on the golden demon puppet's fist. It is as if there is a mysterious attraction like a magnet on that fist. There was silence in the sky, one after another astonished gaze. Instantly petrified. This puppet can actually absorb the power of lightning. You must know that this is a mysterious thunder, not an ordinary thunder. Xiaoyan shook his head slightly, and immediately started to let the golden demon puppet absorb the power of lightning. At this time, the mysterious thunderbolt obviously did not have the monstrous weather, but the number was quite large. But it is a rare supplement. If these weak mysterious thunderbolts are absorbed by the golden demon, I wonder if it will be able to reach the step that my master, the Golden Dragon King, said. Comparable to the puppet of a 5-star doji? Therefore, He sat cross-legged directly on the wooden house and began to observe the situation of the golden demon puppet absorbing the mysterious lightning. Under the control of Xiaoyan's mind, the golden demon puppet stopped, looked up at the black thunderbolt, and then slowly stretched out his palm. For its move, the black thunderbolt not only did not dodge, but instead seemed to be provoked. In general, one after another fierce thunder force was thrown on the golden demon puppet's arm. Black thunderbolts had just melted into the arm of the golden demon puppet, but the latter's slightly golden body suddenly burst out with a strange suction force, which directly sucked the black demon thunder into its middle body. Chi-chi. Pulling a black thunderbolt into his body, golden demon puppet's hair immediately stood up like a hedgehog guarding against the enemy, and circles of black thunder and lightning continued to flicker wildly around his body. Trembling strangely, the sound came out one after another, and the power of thunder on the surface of the body flowed everywhere, which was extremely harsh. Xiaoyan stared nervously at the golden demon puppet surrounded by black electric flowers. After a while, his eyes also filled with joy. He could feel that the extremely violent thunder power of the mysterious demons was in the golden demon puppet. After frantically raging in the body, it finally gradually merged into its body, and the violent energy infiltrated the muscles of the golden demon puppet, and constantly improved its bones. This mysterious thunder was really weakened by his previous offensive, and the remaining power of thunder couldn't help but not destroy the golden demon puppet, and it was even effective against the golden demon puppet. And under this kind of tempering, the golden body of the golden demon puppet became a little darker, and the muscles all over his body trembled, filled with a visual sense of power. The effect is good. One after another, the energy of the mysterious magic thunder was vented from the thunderclouds all over the sky, and finally all of them melted on the body of the golden demon puppet, and then the golden demon puppet was slowly absorbing. Xiaoyan was a little happy. Xiaoyan also knew that when the slightly golden color on the golden demon puppet was completely transformed, it would be the time for the golden demon puppet to evolve. It has truly evolved into a puppet that is comparable to a 5-star dodi. Xiaoyan's little friend is really unexpected. I didn't expect him to have such a precious puppet. The third elder also said. It seems that we are worried for nothing. Yu Yu also laughed loudly. At the critical moment just now, he had planned to take action, but Xiaoyan's words made Yu Yu have to believe this young man. But now it seems that Xiaoyan, this fellow, didn't mean to be big, but he really had some skills. It's fine. Yuero also sighed. In relief. Alchemy has basically been completed. Next, wait for this pill to disappear and then you're done. Xiaoyan also laughed. After twists and turns, he still had to succeed. Time passed by minute. Seeing the increasingly small thundercloud in the sky and the golden demon puppet whose golden light became more and more condensed, Xiaoyan nodded with satisfaction. Boom boom. Boom. After the last trace of gold on demon puppet's body was completely transformed, pill lightning was about to dissipate. That is, Xiaoyan. Little bastard, you can be considered as letting me find you. Mueller looked at the figure in the sky who was refining medicinal pills, and then the man in gray who was with Mueller. Chapter 109, Conflict. Above the sky, the raging energy storm finally slowly dissipated after lasting for more than 10 minutes, and as the storm dissipated, this collapsed space gradually completed its self-repair and warmed it up. The sunlight poured down from the sky again, shining on the top of this mountain. As the storm dissipated, all eyes turned to the sky in an instant, only to see a young figure standing in the air, and the previous terrifying energy storm could not be heard in the slightest. In the sky, sensing the dispersing storm, Xiaoyan's tense body slowly relaxed, his fists clenched, and a numbness spread from his fists. The power of black demon lightning was also somewhat unexpected to him. From what he encountered just now, Xiaoyan understood that if he hadn't reached the peak of 3-star Dota this time, if he only rely on the power of heavenly fire and the strength of the ancient ruler, I am afraid the end will not be so good. Looking at the golden demon puppet that slowly and invisibly exudes terrifying power in the air, Xiaoyan's face also smiled. My golden demon puppet has finally been tempered. Is this the pill lightning attracted by the emperor's medicinal pill? It is indeed powerful. Xiaoyan praised in his heart, but although the power of this mysterious magic thunder was amazing, after being weakened by his own attack, it was absorbed by the golden demon puppet. Obviously, the number was not large, but it finally allowed the golden demon puppet to complete its evolution. Therefore, after the last black thunder was shot from the thunderclouds in the sky, the thick black clouds in the sky also slowly dissipated. Roar! At the moment when the black cloud dissipated, the golden demon puppet below suddenly roared up to the sky, and then its burly body suddenly burst into a dazzling golden luster, and an amazing energy fluctuation surged out of its body. It seems that there is still some gap between the real peak golden demon puppet, but this is true. The current golden demon puppet is also comparable to the powerhouse of the late 4-star Dode. Looking at the terrifying expression in the air, the golden demon puppet of power, although the golden color is dazzling, but if you look closely, there are still some parts that are not completely converted into golden color. But this is enough. If this encounter another pill lightning about a few times later, it will be able to reach the real golden demon puppet level. With a plan, Xiao Yan also smacked his lips, and then directly put it into the ring, which was a trump card for him in the future. After doing all this, Xiao Yan's eyes also returned to the medicinal cauldron. Inside the fiery red medicinal cauldron, a dark red medicinal pill saw the dissipating thunderclouds in the sky, as if it had wisdom, and the residual flame in the medicinal cauldron instantly emerged into a huge fire dragon, trying to break free from the medicinal cauldron. Boom! As the energy fluctuations controlled by the medicinal pill in the medicinal cauldron became more and more violent, after arriving, the huge fire dragon whimpered suddenly, and the huge body actually burst open in the eyes of many amazed eyes. The medicinal cauldron exploded, the flames flying all over the sky, and then the dark red medicinal pill in the medicine cauldron also broke free from the medicine cauldron and wanted to escape. At the moment when the fire dragon's body swept away violently, a streamer suddenly swept out of its body, and finally, under the cover of those radiating flames, it quickly rushed towards the sky, want to escape. However, just as this stream of light just swept out, Xiao Yan laughed loudly, his body flashed, and he appeared in front of that stream of light like a ghost, his big hand directly facing the ladder and grabbed it. Roar! Facing Xiao Yan's grasp, that stream of light rapidly expanded, and in a blink of an eye it turned into a monstrous beast with an extremely large body. Its huge claws made a loud cracking sound, and Xiao Yan slapped it with a palm. Boom! When the fists and palms collided, the ferocious beast suddenly screamed, and the huge body flew out quickly. Seeing the giant beast shot backwards, Xiao Yan smiled and chased after him again. Seeing Xiao Yan chasing after him again, the giant beast burst out with a strong light again, and its body also shrank rapidly. In the blink of an eye, it turned into a figure, and the light dissipated. Xiao Yan was immediately stunned, because there, another Xiao Yan stood in the sky. Interesting, is this the Emperor's medicinal pill, and it can still turn into a human shape. Seeing this scene, Xiao Yan couldn't help but shake his head with a smile. If this first-order Tian-level medicinal pill is allowed to escape, it might turn into something strange. Of course, the bigger it is possible that other powerhouses would sense the difference, so they directly grabbed a bite and swallowed it. Although the first-order Tian-level medicinal pills of the Emperor's grade have wisdom, their real power cannot be compared with Xiao Yan's to compete. Roar! The Emperor-grade medicinal pill that changed into Xiao Yan obviously refused to be easily absorbed by Xiao Yan, so he could only keep roaring at Xiao Yan. Let me go! The Emperor medicinal pill transformed into a shadow of 3,000 silks hanging down. Sooner, Xiao Yan murmured as he looked at the Emperor-grade medicinal pill in the sky, and couldn't help but feel a little moved. Yuuro was also shocked by this sudden scene in the sky. This imperial medicinal pill could actually transform into a human form, but as a girl's intuition told Yuuro, Xiao Yan stared at the Emperor medicinal pill sluggishly that changed into a girl. That girl must have something to do with Xiao Yan. Yuuro also stared at the woman with 3,000 silks hanging down in the sky in disbelief. And Yuuro's beauty couldn't help but be inferior. Such a change in the sky also attracted a lot of strange eyes. The Emperor-grade medicinal pill, even the presence of these master refining medicine masters, is difficult to see, so when you see this, when the medicinal pill could actually turn into a human shape and spit out human words, it was a little amazed. Bang bang bang. Xiao Yan was also sluggish for a short time, and the 3,000 lightning movement smoothly performed to the extreme, appearing in front of Sooner like a ghost, and then stretched out his hand to grab it. Sooner, wait for me, I will improve my strength as soon as possible and go to find you. Xiao Yan murmured in his heart, and then without hesitation, he attacked the Sunner in front of him. Sunner seemed to look at Xiao Yan in horror, and just wanted to run away, but Xiao Yan had already placed an extremely powerful soul restriction on her space and the power in her body suddenly weakened. Obviously Xiao Yan grabbed it with his hands with the refining flame, and in the blink of an eye, it turned into a dark red elixir. On top of the dark red medicinal pill, the rich medicinal incense was scattered everywhere, and then a young man with a heavy foot on his back reached out and instantly put the dark red medicinal powder into a delicate jade bottle. At this point, the people present are also clear that this imperial medicinal pill has finally been successfully refined. At the main entrance of the Yu family, Mueller and the man in gray smelled the incense that filled the sky, and then slowly raised their heads. Mueller's pupils shrank tightly, and looked at the figure in the sky and said, Xiao Yan, good boy, let's find it easy, this time even Wu Huan's revenge will be avenged. Before Xiao Yan could make a sound, the man in gray next to Mueller stood up out of thin air and complained to Xiao Yan who had just taken Chapter 110, Chat. Mueller followed closely, and he was obviously very good at speed, and was not let down by the man in gray. Xiao Yan had just taken the medicinal pill, and the aura in his body was not stable. After all, refining medicinal pills for a long time would inevitably weaken his own strength, and then he was also attracted by the sudden shouting, and turned his head to look at it, and suddenly found that there's a man in gray and beside him there was Mueller. You chased me until here. Then Xiao Yan lightly touched the ring with his fingers, and the golden demon puppet that had just been tempered was also ready to take action immediately if the situation went wrong. Above the Yu family compound, Pill Lightning had just run away, and was enveloped by a group of people again. Among them, Mueller with a bald head and a man in gray are the most notable. Huh? Isn't this Mueller? Yura, who was beside Yu, let out a surprise, because Mueller took advantage of Xiao Yan to sneak attack on Yura at the bottom of the lake, and she recognized the bald head at a glance. At this time, the people above the Yu family courtyard were clearly divided into two factions. There were a dozen people in Mueller on one side, and only Xiao Yan, Yu, and Yura on the other. The two leaders of the Mu family seemed to be Mueller, who was in his 30s and 40s, and a man in gray. There were more than a dozen people behind them. Yu was just standing there, and was the focus of the audience invisibly, like a giant pillar, even if it was a man in gray and Mueller. When he saw him for the first time, you will feel a sense of oppression. This is absolute strength. This person is very strong. This was the first impression of the man in gray and Mueller on Yu, but the person who made his son humiliated was in front of him, and the man in gray had to face the difficulties. Xiao Yan's figure flashed, then Xiao Yan and Yura came to Yu's side one after the other. The sudden appearance of the two of them also attracted the attention of the dozen people headed by the man in gray. The gray-clothed man glanced at Xiao Yan and Yura, a look of surprise flashed in his eyes, and then stared at Xiao Yan. Hand over Xiao Yan. The man in gray shouted at one of the young men. You know each other. Yu was a little angry when he saw these people standing out of thin air. This is the Yu family courtyard, and the sky above the courtyard belongs to a private understanding. These Mu family members obviously didn't take him seriously, so they could not help frowning. Then he turned his head to look at Xiao Yan. There have been a few times. Xiao Yan also said lightly, that day he was able to defeat Mueller in the ruins, not to mention his strength has improved today by relying on yin and yang. That the so-called favored man like Mueller has long been not Xiao Yan's opponent. But what Xiao Yan regret was that he didn't kill Mueller at the beginning, instead he kept his life. So today, such a situation would appear, first Wu Huan, and now Mueller. Are these so-called heaven's pride? Is it a virtue? Xiao Yan, you hurt my son first, then robbed his crescent moon green fruit, handed over the crescent moon green fruit, and confessed to me, otherwise you won't be able to leave or escape today. He sneered. After all, the man in gray also felt Xiao Yan's strength at the peak of the 3-star Dode, but with his late 4-star Dode's strength, this kid was not worth mentioning. Hump, full of nonsense. The dignified head of the Mu family would also say such a word. The crescent moon green fruit is what my precious daughter and Xiao Yan got. Your Mueller's family plotted against my daughter while she was not paying attention. We have to settle the account carefully. Forget it. Yu Yu also looked at the sky, staring at the Mu family who was also floating above the Yu family compound. At this moment, the man in grey also took off the grey clothes that covered his appearance, and then revealed the exact same appearance as the bald head in the depths of the Beast Mountains. The discerning person on the spot could see at a glance that this man in grey is the head of the Mu family. Murray, a real powerhouse of the late 4-star Dode. Although the Mu family is not as powerful as the Yu family, the Mu family still has some status and power in Wuchen, and it is said that there is still some close cooperation between the Mu family and the Wu family who controls Wuchen, so it is unknown. Murray looked at Yu Yu's tall and burly figure in the air, and couldn't help but feel a little scared. After all, this Yu Yu was a real 5-star Dode. The difference between the 5-star Dode and the 4-star Dode is only at small rank, but the gap was really huge, and even a 10 4-star Dode powerhouses may not be able to match a 5-star Dode powerhouse. This is Yu Yu's pride? Of course, he also has his sufficient strength as a premise. Humph. Murray also snorted coldly, and then looked at Xiaoyan fiercely regardless of Yu Yu's coercion. Yu Yu was also a little surprised. What exactly did Murray have in mind? This look is obviously that a lot of forces in the family have been dispatched to capture Xiaoyan, but it shouldn't be. He also knows the battle between Xiaoyan and Mueller, but Xiaoyan didn't kill him, so he wouldn't have formed such a big grudge. Yu Yu frowned, and then suddenly remembered that Xiaoyan severely injured Wu Huan, but Wuchen did not send any strong men to take revenge. If there was no movement at all, this is not the character of Wuchen's gang who punished those who they hate. So it is. Yu Yu is also a smart person. Looking at the people of the Mu family in front of him, he is also suddenly become stunned. The head of the Mu family has no way to teach, so let me take good care of your son for you. Yu Yu also sneered, and then exuded all the momentum. This Yu Yu is very protective of his daughter. He didn't expect his daughter to be plotted against by this despicable and shameless villain Mueller. He must teach Mueller a lesson. On the contrary, this Xiaoyan is also considered to be a man of temperament. Xiaoyan protects his daughter while obtaining the crescent moon green fruit, so he will return this kindness. Yu Yu will definitely not hand over Xiaoyan. Shabu Shabu. Yu Yu's figure, who was still standing in the air just now, came to Mueller's side in an instant, and then grabbed it casually. Mueller, who had been somewhat domineering, was actually lifted up by Yu Yu. Then Yu Yu grabbed the corner of Mueller's clothes and returned to his previous position, as if none of this had happened. Damn it. Yu Yu. Old man, you are really arrogant. Because of the strength of Murray's 4-star Dode late stage, he didn't realize what just happened. I should ask you this. Intruding into the Mayu family's land, not only slandering my daughter, but also trying to get Mayu family to hand over Mayu family's dedicated elders. What do you think should be done according to Mayu family's rules? Carrying Mueller, his eyes stared straight at Mueller's group. The strength of the 5-star Dode powerhouse was instantly released, and then he said loudly, "Kill, kill, kill." The clansmen in the Yu family courtyard also responded, their voices imposing like,
"Hi. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to get updated on my latest video. Thank you for watching.